Hi friends, we're going to work on the number 5 again in our packet, but before we do, I have to show you something, okay? So remember, all the math is in the yellow folder, and when you get this out, this packet was just a little bit different. We were missing a few pages, so we put it together. I had a friend help me. I hate to keep blaming other people, but when we had so much to do to try to get those papers out in August, and I had a friend helping me, and these got put together wrong, and I think we need to fix it. So if you guys have a staple remover, I think parents are going to have to do this. You can, I'd hate to use my fingernails, but there's other things you can use. You know, you can use a knife. This, I like this. There's other types of staple removers, but I'm just going to take the staple out. Now, we did the first 3 pages the other day. So we did this page, and this page. Okay, so this is the next one. I really don't want this one there because we haven't really practiced 5s on the line. So let me just put this off to the side. Okay, this one here, remember this is the hardest one because it has number bonds. So that should go to the very end. Okay, and this is the one I want to do today. This is the one next. And then I think we can go ahead and put the practice with the 1 through 5. And actually, there's 0 in there too. And then the one, then the one with the goldfish, or the fish in the fishbowl. Okay, that's the one I want. I like to save that because then we do a little number bond and we do the shake the counters in the cup. And then this is the hardest one because it also has the number bond and we shake the counters in the cup, and it has a number line. This is really the hardest one. Okay, so I'm going to put these back in order and then let me show you again. Okay, so we're going to do this today. It's practicing 5s. Okay, and then we're going to do this one. We're going to review, and then the next time we do math, I would say tomorrow, but I don't always do it all every day. And we're going to do the fish one, and then we'll do the last one. So parents, if you could fix those for me, I think that'll help. Otherwise, I have a feeling we're going to be confused and we're going to have kids doing the wrong page. Okay, because I know sometimes people don't watch the video. And I really appreciate the people that watch the videos, and I can tell because I say little things in the videos like use a pencil. And when kids don't do it, I think they just did the page without watching the video. All right, so I'm going to go to page 1, 2, 3, 4 now, and that's this one. All right, since that took a while, let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to get this out of the way. I am using a pencil to start with until it says to color, because I want you to pinch the pencil in your pointer, your 3rd finger, and your thumb. Those are the 3 fingers we use for pencil grip, and we put our fingers about right here. We don't want to hold it here. Okay, that goes wiggles around. You don't want to hold it too close to the end or you're going to get lead all over. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, pencil grip like this. Move this out of the way. Now I have some 5s to trace. Okay, so I'm going to do the hat. Oh, I was going to go over this real quick too. Okay, we do the top part first, and then the side, and then we make like a belly, a hat, a back, and curve around. This is like the stomach, right? The number 5 is what we found, and then we're going to write 5, F-I-V-E, and you see 5 counters. They're kind of arranged like you would see the dots on a dice. Right, now I'm ready to trace, and I'm going to say that poem to myself. A hat, a back, and curve around. The number 5 is what we found. A hat, a back, and curve around. Now, I have seen different programs that teach 5 by putting the back first. In fact, that's the way Mrs. Nicholson does it. And if that's easier for your child, I don't really care. I'll show you both ways. I'm going to put this straight line on the top, and then I'm going to make the back, and then I'm going to curve around. That's the way that follows the poem. Put the top on first, then the back, then the curved line, okay? But watch, if I do the back first, okay, the straight part first, and then the belly, and then put the top on, it looks the same, doesn't it? Okay, now 5s are not the easiest number, so I am going to show you, just like we were doing a handwriting page, I'm going to show you what a lot of kids do, okay? They kind of do this like that. Do you think that's a good 5 right there? What does that look like? Does that look like an S to you? It certainly does. And the reason that looks like an S is because I curved the top instead of going straight. What about this time? This time I'm going to make sure I have it straight on the top. Is that a good 5? No, it's going the wrong way, isn't it? That's a backwards 5, and that's a very, very common one. 2s and 5s and 3s that kids do to make, and then they make them backwards. So I'm going to do it, turn it around. You have lots of samples to look at. Usually kids don't have trouble making it the correct way when there's a sample. When there's no sample, that's when sometimes they revert and flip it around, reverse it. Now we're going to write F-I-V-E, and we just have to trace it to start with. F, little I, V, E, F-I, with a silent E. I'm going to put a space before I write it. See how I put my finger down? And then I'm going to write F-I-V-E. Now, I'll give you a choice. You can either put your finger down and write it one more time, or you can practice some more 5s. Okay? I am going to write it one more time. F-I-V-E. So you don't want to waste that space. Now, the reason I use pencil, it's very, very important. When we do handwriting pages, we use a pencil because if we mess up, if we make a backwards one, if we make one that's kind of sloppy or not our best work, we can erase it and fix it. Okay, and the same with numbers. Okay, now this we don't need to use a pencil on because the directions say color 5. So I'm going to get a crayon. You know what I'm going to do for now? Are those whales? Yeah, I was thinking of the little white whale on the go, but if I do it white, we won't be able to see it. So I'm going to use blue, okay, because there is such thing as a blue whale, and there, of course, is a gray whale, and of course, there's Shamu, a killer whale, which is black and white. Okay, so right now I'm just going to trace them, and then I might go back and color them later. So make sure I'm not coloring them all, because if we color them all, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll go back and color those later. All right, fill in the 10 frame. Now, you don't have to draw counters on this one. You can fill it in with whatever you want. You can draw counters if you want. You could draw stars. I'm going to draw stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, just because it says fill in the 10 frame, do you think we're going to put 5 down here? No, our number is 5 today, so we're only going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to color those later too. And then this is the fun part. They have a whole bunch of numbers mixed up. You get to be a good detective. Put on your detective glasses like this, Nigel Nido, and look for 5s. I see one here. I see one here. Now, don't get tricked. This one is a 5, but it's in the number 15, so I don't want you to circle that one, okay? I know you see a 5, but the number's not 5. Okay, so I think I have all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 of them. I'm not going to show you them. I want you to look for them yourself. Okay, now we can do this. Now, this is a good review, all right? Now, I do not have a poem for 0, and we will work on 0 a little later. Our math program goes 1 through 5, and then they go back to 0, okay? They want you to understand the numbers before you work on 0, which means nothing. So what I want you to do is trace the 0. It's easy to make because it's like an O, and I do want you to put your finger down, or look at this crayon would make a nice space. If that helps, I might just put that crayon down and make another 0, and then I'll move the crayon over. I'm using that for a space bar or a space stick. When we do writing, we're going to start using our popsicle stick, but that might be a little too much space, okay? All right, now the number 1, a straight, I have a poem for this, don't I? A straight line down will make a 1. Writing numbers is so much fun. Since 1 is not very big or wide, I had room to make 3. On the 0s, I only had room to make 2, but for 1s, I could make 1, 2, 3, okay? I'm going to put this down. I don't want you to try to make 10, because if you do that, that means that you're just, in a hurry and you're trying to do as many as you can and you're in a rush, and maybe you want to go, hey, I won. I did more than you did. No, that doesn't matter. We want to make sure that you do them nice and neat. I am way more concerned on seeing beautiful numbers than for you to have to try to put 20 on one line. Okay, they would be squashed, wouldn't they? We didn't do the 2 poem. Let's do that. I was talking around, down, and back. Watch what you do as you make the number 2. Okay, 3, around to the middle, and then back out, around to the bottom. around and around. What can it be? This is known as number 3. Hey parents, if your child has a hard time with 3, I'm going to show you a little trick, okay? The kids who are having a hard time, once I show them this, they go, wow, look, I put a dot on the top, on the middle, and the bottom. And then I'll show you, and then I'll have to lay it down. Around to the middle, back out, around to the bottom. Okay, so around, I touch the top, around to the middle, back out to the bottom, and be careful not to get a loop. 4s, we just did these last week. Halfway down, then turn right, a straight line through, and a 4 is in sight. Parents, if your child needs a dot to show them where to start, you would just put a dot on the top and, try to get them to go to the middle, turn halfway down, then turn right, and then jump back up to the top. You could put another dot there, straight line through, and it should stick out a little bit. I'm anxious to see everybody's numbers and letters and names when we get back to the classroom, because all I see is just the pictures you guys take. Okay, now we're ready to do 5s. A hat, a back, and curve around. A hat, a back, and curve around. Okay, we're just doing 2 pages today, and we'll finish the other 2 either tomorrow or the next day. We'll do it this week, soon. I got my green marker because we're working on green this week, and I'm going to put a green star on my paper. How about a shooting star? There we go. Okay, that's all. Bye.